Hi, Patrick.
Hello, how you doing,
SoZo.
Kat?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. It's good to see you.
Yeah, you too. I'm loving the guitar and the outfit.
Yeah, oh, I thank you. I thought I'd just bring on something to, give some ambience in between stuff when I'm talking or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
that looks
something
good.
different. You don't see a lot of card readers that'll
Uh,
line it up.
I'm getting quite warm now.
Oh, now you're getting warm. All right.
No, warm, yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. My name's PATRICKOMSOZO, and I'm here. I'm an empathic, intuitive card reader. I work in some clairvoyance and stuff like that. All kinds of modalities. I do an energy worker. I do Reiki and Shefa. Those are both energy, remote energy methods. What else? I do toe readings. I'm a certified toe reader. I'm a wellness practitioner, certified and licensed in the United States. As far as I know, it's global, but I'm not sure. That was through SWIHA here in Arizona, Southwest
Yeah,
Institute of Healing Arts.
yeah,
And I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm transpersonal hypnotherapist because I really focus more on the spiritual side of things.
yeah,
I can help people overcome phobias, bad habits, create new habits that are more conducive to your health, and
yeah.
help you with your subconscious and your unconscious mind and your parasympathetic nervous system. I can give you
Yeah,
breathing techniques and stuff that'll
yeah.
ground you in the moment
Wow.
and also put you in a state of rest and healing. Because most of the time, Kat, we're really mostly in a state of fight or flight, these
Yeah,
days. Everything
yeah,
going on. And so your nervous system is just a rack. And you
yeah.
mentioned you got a little bit of sleep earlier, but I can give you a breathing technique. In fact, I'm going to do that right now because I'm a certified life coach too. I do life coach. I'm a spiritual counselor. I got a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
But my goal is to give people practical tools and also words by using the tarot and the oracle cards. And I also use a pendulum. I can do yes and no
Mhm.
questions. I
Yeah.
believe you guys have the price going along the bottom. I certainly, if you guys share and comment below and such, I can pull a card for you too. So
Yeah.
I do a number of different stuff.
You
Again,
do
it's to help you get to your highest self, right?
what? Yeah. You
Yeah,
do
the
it.
best you can be. So a breathing technique right now I'll give you is use equal number in your count. Okay, this is more like, let's say you start out with 6 seconds. So you breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Then you hold it for that
Oh,
6 seconds. And you're going to hold that breath for 6 seconds, and you're going to let it out for 6 seconds. Now, 6 seconds is just a starting. You can use 4 seconds, whatever's comfortable. You
oh
don't want
yeah.
to make yourself uncomfortable, right? So
Yeah.
comfortably breathe in however many seconds, hold it for the same amount of seconds. Now, I work myself up to 8 seconds. That's what works best for me. So I can
Okay.
breathe in, I can
Yeah.
hold it, and then I'll let it out for 8 seconds. And once
Yeah.
you let your breath out, leave it out. Don't bring a breath back in for 8 seconds. So their 8 seconds increments is what I work up to. So, but I
I,
start out between 4 to 6 seconds where I'm comfortable until I get relaxed, because your body is going to start relaxing, and it's
okay.
going to affect you on a subconscious. It's called your parasympathetic nervous system,
Yeah.
and it's going to put that nervous system into a place of rest and relaxation.
Okay.
Regardless of what's going on in your brain, this has nothing to do with thoughts
Yeah.
or anything like that. This is a neurological, it's a physiological reaction to the breathing technique. And then you can add to this, Kat, if you're a visual person, and you can close your eyes while you're doing this, and you're starting with your first breath in. Envision a beautiful light, whatever color that works for you, white, blue, whatever, it does not matter. Bring that in through your crown, down into your root chakra in that breath. And when it's in your root chakra, you're going to hold it, because you're going to have a time of holding that breath for the same period of time, right? And then when
Mm.
you let it out, you're going to envision that light going down through your legs, out your feet, into the earth, right?
Okay.
At
Yeah.
that point, you're going to hold your breath out for that time.
Yeah.
And when you bring your breath back in, you're going to see the light come back up through your feet, back into your root chakra. And then you're going to hold it there, right? for that time. And now when you go to let out that breath, you're going to envision the light coming up and out through your crown. That's one per session, right?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, you spend 5 or 10 minutes doing this, you're going to get blissed out. You spend a half an hour, you're probably going to have angelic, you know, encounters and all kinds of stuff. It's a very powerful technique. Not only that, it will help you just plain and simply rest.
Is it better to do lying down?
What's that?
Is it
you
better
can do
to
that lying down, yes. You can do it laying down. If you don't want to sleep, you can sit comfortably, you know, with your feet flat on the floor on a comfortable chair. And just, you know, before you start, just kind of relax your shoulders, you know. Kind of just intentionally relax your jaw. A lot of times people are like, they don't even realize it. They're just all the time like this. And so take the time to pay attention to your jaw and pay attention to how you feel, right?
Okay.
And I tell you what, you give that breathing technique 5 minutes. You know, it'll profoundly change. It'll profoundly change your body. So, because that's where everything, you know, your body's telling itself.
I'll try that.
You know, when you're in a fight or flight, right? Your body, your nervous system's giving you circulation. It's forcing stuff out to your body because you're in fight or flight, and it's making stuff happen. And you know, you're on edge and you're alert, and what's going on, and you know, because you're fight or flight. You know, you're seeing the news, and maybe you don't like the political party, or it doesn't. Anything can put you into fight or flight, and then you're stuck for a while, unless you intentionally break it, right? You will eventually, hopefully, if you stop stimulating yourself, watching the news or, you know, whatever the case may be that's putting you in this state of fight or flight. Maybe it's an aggressive person that's in your neighborhood, you know, just, you know, try to stay away from those things, you know, that'll set you off. You know?
Yeah, I know. I don't like watching the news. It makes me feel I hate it.
I can't stand the news much myself.
Yeah, me either. I'm not a big TV person. I like the radio. I like music. I'm not a big TV person. I like to have rock on, like music. I like the radio. Music.
Yeah, that's some music, because it stimulates you, right, emotionally. So if you have something that you get really excited, you're not in rest and relaxation anymore. You know, you're excited, you know, which puts you in a fight or flight, you know, unfortunately. But it's not intentionally. It's just understanding what's going on. So like listening to something that mellows you out, that's going to put you in rest and relaxation, you know.
Oh, definitely,
You know, because you entrain, there's this thing called entrainment. And, you know, Hermetic principles talk about the principle of vibration and the principle of rhythm and the principle of polarity. And these are rules, these are laws, universal laws. It goes all the way back to Hermes, which was the founder of occult. All things secret. It goes all the way to the beginning of Egypt, is when this guy was around. Everything came out of this. Psychic, the Kabbalah, he supposedly taught Abraham, okay? I mean, so check out the Hermetic principles. But I bring this up to say this, the principle of vibration, it's like a pendulum, okay? Life, you got one side really good, one side sucks ass, right? So it's swinging back and forth between these two vibrations. So what you want to do is you want to climb, let's say we have my pendulum, and it's going back and forth from life. Now, if you notice, if you're down here on the pendulum, you're really experiencing that vibration, right? You're really going into the negative, and you're really coming back into the positive. But let's say you move up that spiritually, you become forgiving, you become less reaction. You try not to react to everything that stimulates you emotionally. You try to find acceptance, to let people be who they are, even if you don't agree with it, what that is, right? And you move up the spiritual pendulum. So now you're up top, and you see the difference. It's only about an inch up here, right? Down here, it's like 12 inches you're swinging. If you move up this rope, then you're going to experience less of an emotional roller coaster. Than is, and because everybody rides the pendulum, nobody gets off. Okay, that's life. Life is coming and going, Good things happen. The Bible even says when these things happen. You know, shit happens. Let it be fertilizer for your future. And you get to that by climbing up this rope so that when you're swinging, you're not going off in the right field, just emotions, reaction, right? Therefore, you're stopping the cycles that have the symbiotic relationship with the vibration in your particular life. You start training to the more positive, higher vibrational stuff. You start attracting more of the good, right? Because there's very little bad now coming now, you know, and good is still good. So it's less bad, good is still good, just as much as it is down here. So you're getting the best of the world at that point. If you can stay up there, that's just a little life lesson. And how you do that again is through forgiveness, forgiving yourself. Self-love brings you up. Love yourself. How can you love your neighbor like you love yourself if you don't love yourself? Because the Bible says, love your neighbor like you love yourself. Well, there's a lot of people that can't stand themselves. They hate themselves.
I know,
They have these self-sabotaging lifestyles and ideas, and they and they're just vomiting on everybody around them, you know. But so you have to love yourself. If you want to be a good practitioner, then you need to love yourself. You need to encourage yourself. You need to be proud of yourself, and you need to forgive yourself, because we all make bad decisions. We're not bad people. We just make bad decisions. Maybe our timing is off or something, and you're just so upset about yourself because I missed it, or I went too soon, or I should have gone sooner. Who cares? Spilt milk, baby. Let the cat have that one and move on.
Yeah, exactly. Makes sense.
Okay, so if you don't know about these principles and these laws, then you're kind of like, you know, you're flying blind, right? You're flying blind. There's a lot of people, and guess what? These things don't even come to you, Kat, unless you start looking for them, right? Right. So if you're not looking for them, then you're not going to see it, and you're not going to care, and that's okay too, because ignorance is bliss. It really is. That's a great place to be. If you can truly be in a place of naive ignorance, that sweet soul, you know, you meet those souls, they're just sweet. Nothing bothers them, right? Nothing bothers them. They don't get reactionary. They don't see what's right in front of their face, but it doesn't matter because they're fine. And it's like, I wish, you know, but once you start waking up, you can't go back. You can't go back. So don't wake someone up that's not trying to be woke. In other words, if they're not looking, if they're not asking you, if they're not some way, you know what I mean? They're trying to find their way, and you can obviously see that. Then just leave them alone and love them where they're at, right? They're safer. They're much safer that way. So.
It makes sense.
Sorry. I hope that makes sense.
Angela's still there?
Hey, Angela. Said today she's going to come and cleanse my house. My vicar. Okay. So what's going on with that, Angela? Hi, Priscilla. How you doing? Can you guys hear the guitar? Is too loud? Not loud enough? You guys let me know. Now I do readings. I got my Irish deck. I got an Oracle deck from Ireland. It's got some really cool cards.
I like them.
And such. And I also have a pendulum that I was speaking about earlier. I wasn't talking about this specific pendulum. I was talking about the pendulum of life.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the pendulum of life. Yeah. But this I do yes or no questions with. I also just am intuitive and empathic, so I may just get stuff for you just because. And if you do end up booking a reading, you know, and we're talking, please just give me yes or no questions. Don't give me a bunch of information when we start. Just let's see what comes through the spirit.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to work with a clean slate, isn't it?
Yeah.
The know the better.
Yeah, I don't want to know much. I want to know if I'm connecting. That's why. So. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then I also have another deck that I'll be using too, if you would like. These are really good life coaching cards. Oracle deck. They're animal spirit deck, and I love these. This guy is awesome. There's all kinds of beautiful, let's get it in front of encouraging quotes and such. And what I'll do is I'll do a shuffle for whoever's on, and we'll find out. For example, let me do one for you, Kat. All right?
Okay.
All right. This is for your spirit animal.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull for Kat right now.
Yeah.
So you got the horse. It means freedom, elegance, strength. You're being guided to break free from the chaos and confusion of life. Take action and expand into your new journey, creating balance of the mind, body, and soul. There are new and exciting opportunities waiting for you. All you must do is take the first steps towards them. And you already have, right? This is just a confirmation for you.
Yes, definitely.
The horse is with you.
Yeah, oh, good. That's good. That's true. Makes sense.
Freedom and elegance, Kat. Elegance. Strength.
And strength,
Receive strength right now. Let's do one more for you. There's one more. Oh, this is good. This is the lion, Kat. How appropriate. Lion for you. I thought that means loyalty, courage, leadership. I see all these things in you. You are being guided to take back your power. You are a powerful co-creator with limitless inner strength and confidence. When you allow your voice to be heard, the people around you will listen.
Oh, that's good.
That's the lion.
Oh, that's a good card. Very nice. Yeah, loyalty, yeah, for sure. Courage, yeah, I've learnt about courage. My gosh. When you have to learn about
courage. He's like dying in the kitchen. We have a big Russian blue cat. He's like the size of a bobcat. I swear to God, he's huge, and he's just a big lover. But he's like, just put his paw on Tony's cheese whiz.
Oh, really?
Now he's freaking out. He's got the cheese on. He's like, what the hell?
Priscilla said, are you starting with your horn today? No, he's got the guitar.
Are you starting with the horn? Oh, I got my shofar right here, too. Let me do a blast.
Awesome.
All right. No, I won't blow it really hard, baby. That went really high for some reason. See, it does its own thing. I mean, you have a certain amount of lip control, but it's really a spiritual instrument. So it'll do its own thing a lot of times. So
yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. Clear the space a little bit.
Yeah, I love it. Priscilla loves it. She said thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but it happens.
It's relaxing.
Questions? How many people we got on, Kat?
6.
Nice. All right, so let's do some cards for the group. All right. So don't leave because this is for you guys. All right. We've got 6 people on right now. If you want a reading, then you just click the PayPal link in the description, I think, or in the chats. I believe they have it pinned in the chat. But that's okay. This is for you. We've got. All right. I'm going to put on my reading glasses because I'm getting old. We have the 4 wands: joy, party, vitality, and invitation. The only thing is it came in reversed. So we want the 4. I have to look. I'm not good at reversal stuff, so I want to get it right. So leaving home, moving out, and some arguments. So obviously there's some people going through some transition right now. 4 wands, you know who you are. There's the opposite of party and vitality stuff. There's just been a lot of heavy stuff. You're moving, transition. There's a couple portals. Things are good. You know, wands, the number 4 is structure, so you're going to be all right. This one also came in upside down, and it's the 9 of cups. Wish, desire, luxury, and content. So let me just reference here so I can get this right. Yeah, okay. Greed, weight gain, laziness, look for quick results. So some people are looking for a quick fix right now. Who isn't? Okay, can I get an amen to that? Who doesn't want the abracadabra? That's a holy word, actually. They made fun of it and they've used it in entertainment, but abracadabra is actually an Aramaic word that means to create, like to manifest. Abracadabra, that's why they used it in magic. Imagine that. So I got the card of 8. Oh, this is going to be great. Oh my goodness, guys. So there's some change going on. Now the card, we got the card of 8, which is new beginnings, the death card. Change, exposure, action, and termination. So that means get rid of whatever's not suiting you, not helping your highest good, not making you the best you can be, your best expression in life. All right, new beginnings, let it happen. This is what's happening. The very first one is what people kind of been going through, right? There's a move going on. You're probably right in the midst of it. The next one is you want a quick fix. Come on, I need something now. This one is saying new beginnings are here. There's exposure. You need to take action, and you need termination. You need to terminate some unhealthy relationships. Maybe it's unhealthy lifestyle. There's no judgments here, man. So I hope that helps you guys. All right, so that's for the group. I know you know who you are and what you need. If you would like more, let me know.
Angelina said it sounds like her life now.
All right. Well, it was definitely connecting with somebody, or maybe all the group kind of energy. And there's a lot going on in change right now. I mean, all over the globe. So it's kind of a cookie cutter thing to say, being said where everything is, but that's the truth. I never give any. I had a reading, and no names, but this person wanted to know if her man was cheating. That's a hard one to get. Plus, she had like 5 or 6 other relevant questions that went with that, and so I went right to the pendulum on that, and I got yes, you know. And so that's a hard thing to deliver, but I'm not going to not say the truth, okay? Now, granted, there was positive things that followed that. I pulled the cards and I did the pendulum as far as whether or not they would continue. You know, there would be healing, and there was going to be healing if these certain steps were followed. If they wanted to, right? If they wanted to be together, they could, you know, but that's a hard thing to deliver. But I just want you to know that I'm going to deliver stuff that I get for you in a sensitive and compassionate way. I'm not just going to give it, you know, but I am going to tell you the truth. If you ask me a question about someone that you love and that you've been interested in, yet they don't know you or they've already moved on to another relationship, you know, you're asking for probably something that's going to hurt your heart, because I'm going to give it to you straight, you know, and I don't like that, but I'd rather have you have the truth. Stop wasting time on stuff that is not, you know, building you up. If you have someone that's not recognizing you for the beautiful person that you are, then move on, because there's a lot more people out there that are willing to see you and actually build you up and be a positive part of your life and love you and add to your life, not take it away, not put you down, not criticize you. Now there's relationships like me and my wife, we constructively criticize each other. Sometimes she takes a little advantage of that. But you know what I mean? But I understand what's going on. I receive, you know, her coaching, so to speak, right? I receive her, you know, her perception, because I don't see through her eyes. And I'm a man too, on top of that. So I have a masculine dominant way of looking at stuff, though I am pretty in touch with my feminine side, or I wouldn't be wearing a shirt like this. You know what I'm saying? So I understand the feminine. I love the feminine. We need both. We need the feminine and the masculine. You can't just castrate men and expect them to be who they were supposed to be, okay? And that doesn't mean you need to let them go wild and and not respect you, and maybe there's physical, or maybe they're not just seeing you. Yeah, don't tolerate that crap. There's a man, if you're a woman, if that's your sexuality, I'm not saying there's anything wrong. If there's a woman and you're a woman, and that woman is the masculine side of things, they're still masculine and feminine. I don't care if you're the same sex, be it male or female. I have friends that are homosexual. They're males, and there's a male and there's a female every time. As far as personality speaking, right? You know, and sometimes it's hard to see. Sometimes they're both very feminine, but if you hang out long enough, you will find the masculine one. So, and that's okay. That's life. That's love. That's the way love works. Love works in polarity. We come back to Hermetic principles of polarity, right? Opposites attract. Hello. That's you know, magnetically speaking, you know, when you reverse the poles, boom, they'll come together like that. But if you were to turn them around, you can't get them together to save your life. So there might, here's what my point in that. You might have had a time in your life where you were one polarity, and the person that you fell for was that same polarity, right? So it made coming together easily. But somehow you went through an awakening, or they went through an awakening, and that polarity is now shifted, right? And you no longer have the same polarity, and you can't stand to be around that person. That's what's going on. It's an electric thing, believe it or not. We live in an electric universe. There's no such thing as gravity. That's no such thing. What you are seeing in the form of gravity is the effects of the electrical universe, the pulling and the pushing and all those things. And that's a scientific fact. Science even says there is no gravity. There's no such thing as gravity. Yet they still talk about it, because that's really, they're describing an effect of what's going on. Inertia is an effect. So I said a lot of stuff without really saying anything, but it sounded cool.
No, I understood. I understood it. Makes sense.
All right. Well, I probably drove a bunch of people out of the room, but you know, I'm not trying to.
I've still got a few. And hello to Zana and
hello.
Angelina.
Hi, Zana. Or is it Zena? Zena. There's two A's. It must be Zana or Zana.
Yeah. Hold on a sec. I think there's someone here. One moment. Sorry.
Hey, that's all right. I'll talk. So anyway, my name is PATRICKOMSOZO, like it says down below. I'm a certified wellness practitioner. I'm an intuitive, empathic tarot and oracle card reader. I do pendulum yes or no's. I'm available now for $19.95 or 97, excuse me, $19.97. And you know, you find out. Let's see what's going on. Let's take a look at your destiny. Let's see where you came from. Let's see where you're going. You know, and time changes as soon as you look at it. So, you know, all I can give you is a general idea, you know, as far as energetically, you know, and you really have to take, a lot of times you're going to just get what you already know is going to come through the cards. It should be, in my opinion, a confirmation of what you already know. And if it's not, and I'm not on task, you know, definitely let me know. That's why I ask you to say yes or no. I don't want any actual details when people are answering me, just yes or no. And if it's no, that's okay. That means I'm not connecting yet, and I need to pursue that a little bit better. So, you know, because there is no time or space. I'm right next to you right now, right, Kat? We are right next to each other, even though I'm in Arizona in the United States and you're all the way in Australia. We are literally, just like the screen says, that's a dynamic expression of what's going on in the spirit. And you people, if you're on there and you post right now, just because you're watching, you're in our field right now. You're in my heart field. You're in Kat's heart field. And we can feel your heart. I'm an empathic, which is not fun most of the time, because when people are upset, when they're emotionally disturbed, those are fun ones, let me tell you. So being an empathic, you know, I know what's going on, and but I don't always say, right, I'm not going to embarrass you. You know, I'm never going to say something, at least I'm going to try not to say something that's going to offend you, but sometimes that happens because sometimes the truth is offensive, you know?
Yeah.
Like this wild squirrel on my face, man. This thing can offend people, man. Very well trained. Thinking about naming him. I don't know, maybe Bert or something. Bert the wild squirrel.
Well, Patrick just, sorry, Patrick. Tony's just called you the wizard mystic. And
Oh,
Priscilla's,
really? I like that.
yep.
I'll take that. That's a
And
compliment as far as I'm
it
concerned.
is. It is. And Priscilla said Patrick the Wise.
I'll take that too.
Yeah.
At least you hang around me long enough.
Wizard, mystic, shaman. Tony.
Yeah, I'm a modern day mystic. I've seen miracles, still, seeing something come from nothing, So at one point, to give you an idea, some of the stuff I've seen is we had a lady come in with like a difference in her feet of about 3 to 4 inches. So she had a medical shoe. It was on her right side. And we had what was called healing rooms at the time. And so she was sitting in a hot chair in the center of the room, and there was a number of people, because we always included people to work with our energy. And it just makes, agreement is powerful. The Bible says wherever 2 or more agree on any given thing, it shall be done. Those are true words. So anyway, this lady's sitting there with this much of a gap, and I have her feet in my hands, and I lift them up because her feet are flat on the floor. She's sitting on a normal kitchen chair kind of thing. Anyway, so I lift the feet up, and her right leg shoots past. So it was, let's do this. It was like that far. It pops out an inch past what was the long leg. Now this is all, it's very somber. It's beautiful music is playing, worship music, and you could feel love in the room. And the lady didn't feel anything, believe it or not, in her body. I would have thought there would have been a pop or something. There was nothing, but she did see the look on my face. And she's like, "What's going on?" I lowered her feet back down. I'm thinking, God, she doesn't have a medical shoe for her left side. And I didn't know, I'm freaking out because we're just a conduit. Some people make the claim they can control and such. I let it go. Whatever it's going to do is going to do, and I just want to be love. I just want to be that expression of love. So I lift her feet back up. The leg that is now short pops out even. She leaves an inch taller carrying her shoes. So that was amazing. We've seen, tumors go down. I've prayed for dead people, all that kind of stuff. But now I'm really more spiritual. I certainly believe in healing. I've seen way too much. I've been ruined by that. But I don't really move in religion at all. I just have no taste for it. But I do love people, and I want to see people be free. I want them. That's why I do hypnotherapy. It's a form of prayer, really. That's what hypnotherapy is. And life coaching, giving people tools to use in their lives. Practical things. I will give you practical exercises, breathing exercises, perhaps EFT, which is an NLP technique, that neuro-linguistic programming. It's in hypnotherapy, and I do all those different kinds of stuff. It's a vast world. There are so many tools. You do not have to live in torment or any type of living with phobias and fears. We can get rid of all that. We can write a new story. I do past life regressions. I got a crazy one for you, life between life, induction. And those are, but these things take hours. You need to get in the state. Usually takes, I like to do inductions on a person 2 or 3 times before we actually, we'll go for the past life, but it's learning the process. It's learning you can trust the process, that I am not hypnotizing you, that you essentially are, it's self-hypnosis. I'm only the voice there to help you, right? And I know the ways to go, to get through the layers of consciousness, So those are fun. That's fun. And then there's just that hyper spiritual Shazam, abracadabra, kapowie kind of thing. I love that when change just happens, just like the card, like the people in the room. We drew one earlier that, you want something shortcut, you want it there, and those things exist. There are synchronicities in your life that are like that. Just everything changes in a moment. But typically, it's more the seed in the ground, water it. It starts breaking through the ground. It grows. It has to go through a vegetation state. And then timing right, then the fruit will come. And only once the fruit is completely developed can you actually weigh that experience as being good. If you choose to do that, I would recommend staying away from judging an experience, because they're all here to educate us, right? And there's some horrible stuff you can go through, you know, but this is a soul. This is a place of where soul grows in this dimension, you know. And we choose, a lot of us, we choose some of the things, some of the horrible things we experience, so we can learn what it's like to truly forgive someone, to truly love someone, even if they're violent against you or towards you, to truly release someone, to truly love yourself, to truly love others, agape love, that sacrificial love, to run into a burning building for someone you don't even know, or even you don't even like. Okay? That's what this life is about. It's also about having some fun and joy. There's power, so much power and joy. And I can help you get there too. There's inductions where, you know, we can feel that intoxication. We can get that bliss. And that's fun. It's fun. So, you know, give it a shot. Hey, Kat.
Hi.
Excuse me.
It
Oh, I went off on a rant.
No, it was good. Listening.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
Lemonade, a little bit of lemonade and pineapple juice. Kind of an anti-inflammatory.
Are you going to play?
If anybody has any questions, let me know via chat. I'm going to just do a little bit of music for you guys. How about that? Just something different. You know, we talked about the Hermetic principles, you know, do some study on that. But one of the things about Hermeticism and such is no one can really discover it unless they're looking for it, okay? Mm-hmm. So only you can decide whether or not you care or not. If you hear about that, I'm not a Hermetic teacher. It's, I mean, I am in a sense, but I'm I'm here to give an introduction to it, right? I'm here to drop it in your face, and you can go, oh yeah, that means something. And if it doesn't, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything. So. Yeah, I do cards too. Do something in a little bit different key. This is easy listening. I hope you're relaxing. Really, I want to help your parasympathetic nervous system, right? I went over some breathing techniques at the beginning of this to help your parasympathetic nervous system. Try saying that 3 times fast. parasympathetic. I can't do it. But anyway, so I do really easy listening stuff.
It's so nice to listen to. It's like trying to
that way Kat can relax. She doesn't have to feel like it's such So if you want a card reading, just let me know. It's kind of cool. This guitar's got the tree of life going up the fretboard. It's pretty neat. Well, I hope you guys are enjoying yourself this evening. I hope y'all may want a reading. You certainly can contact me through Psychics Live. I mean, I'm not done yet, but just so you know, I do readings. If someone would love a reading.
I love this.
I promise.
Sorry. What did you say?
Well, I have no idea.
I love listening to that. It's so relaxing.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it relaxes me too. It helps my nervous system, you know.
I love it. It just goes on and it's so beautiful.
Music is good. It soothes the soul. So what's that? So you guys still pretty cold, huh?
Pardon?
You still pretty cold down there, huh?
Yeah, it's winter. Yeah, it's cold. It gets to like -1 degree at night.
I keep forgetting you guys are in winter when we're in summer. It's
Yeah, yeah. The sun's out a bit today. It's quite nice, but it is cold.
Right. Once the sun goes down, though, you got.
Oh yeah, it gets freezing.
Right on. So you guys still doing or did you already do it? The deal with I think it was with Leo and such out of Vegas. Darren was talking about doing some type of special event or something.
The radio station?
Yeah, or something, some type of promotion that you guys were doing. Giveaway.
Oh yeah.
What's that about? Maybe you can tell people what that's about.
Yeah, so I can put the links up for the radio station. We haven't actually announced it yet. The station haven't announced it yet, but there is a Facebook page to Online Psychics Live Chat Group. And if you've become part of Leo Benamio's show, it's called the. Let me put the links up. You could just got a big following on this radio station, and once a month they draw someone out to win a free 1-hour reading at the website.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's going like we're working on it at the moment. It's going to start soon.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'll put the links up, people to have a look.
Yeah, that would be good. That way they can kind of pay attention to what's going on. They can get entered into the contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when in my younger days, I used to hang out with the guys from Alice in Chains. They were called Diamond Lion, those guys. That's a long time ago. Lane Staley was a friend of mine. So was Jerry and Sean and Mike. Mike actually stuck me with a bar tab. Well, I did like a David Bowie song with him on stage at the Pickwick Tavern in South Seattle, Suffragette City.
Right.
That was one of the cool things Alice in Chains always did, was bring all the bands that were playing with them for the night up on stage for like a finale, and they used that song by David Bowie, and everybody'd be up there jumping around singing. It was cool.
I love David Bowie. He was awesome.
Yeah. David Bowie is a good soul. He's on the other side now, but he's still doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah, he was very spiritual, very
he went through a real dark period in his beginning. You know, he actually bought Crowley's mansion there in England and such, and he was doing some really dark stuff, and then he had an awakening and got away from all that, stopped drug abuse, and so there's a real dark side, but it's not something you have to pay attention, as far as acknowledge. That's actually one of the best defenses against the dark arts, is not even acknowledge their existence. But be prepared to do stuff like salt your doorways, use some Oh, come on, Patrick. You know, you bless the salt. Whatever you use, you bless. Guess what? You have the spirit in you that created everything seen and unseen. We all do. And especially when we acknowledge that. So you bless the water, you make holy water. You know,
Yeah.
put salt across you can put it across your doorways. You can, if you're having, you know, like, let's say, this sounds weird, but there's a defense against, like, some people actually have issues with Sasquatch and these cryptids that come around and they knock on their house and stuff because they live out in a real rural area. And you have these
Yeah.
in Australia too. You have Dogman and a
Yeah.
Bigfoot. I can't remember what they call it, Yahweh or something down there. But sulfur will keep them away, at least until it
Okay.
rains. And then you got to redistribute the sulfur, but they won't cross the sulfur line. Another
Ah.
thing that work in self-defense for your home is to use olive oil or something. You know, make some anointing oil,
Yeah.
and you put some of that on your posts and on your window jambs and such like that. That'll also be effective to keep negative spirits and
Okay.
influence. You're not just talking about demonic spirits. There's human spirits that have been disembodied, you know, by death and didn't move on like they should have, you know, in their progression because of fear
Yeah.
or anger, or maybe they just
Mm.
couldn't feel. No, they're not all bad. Some just stayed because they like to stay where they're at, you know. And
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. That's their business. It's not ours. But the negative
Yeah.
ones you don't have to tolerate because, give me a break, they don't have a body. Now they like to flex and they can do some damage. But bottom line is just be prepared, you know, and be in love. Love casts out all fear.
Mm.
Perfect love. Actually, that verse is perfect love casts out all fear. That's a
Yeah.
love that is totally accepting. You know, accept yourself, right? Accept
Yeah.
yourself. Accept your
Yeah.
spirituality. You know,
Yeah.
you know. Um, excuse me. I was getting something there. You know, expect love, and you'll get love.
Yeah.
You know, if you're expecting something negative, you're probably going to get that. You know,
Yeah.
so stop with stinking thinking, right? And, uh, and take the steps necessary. A good salt bath, like Epsom salt bath, again, bless it before you begin, will clear you of all negative energies. Really
Yeah.
successful. A spray salt, you know, take some Himalayan salt, some pink salt, put it in a water bottle with some warm water, and shake that up. Bless it. Now you've got yourself a squirt gun from hell as far as spirits are concerned. They can't stand
Yeah.
that because they want to try playing around in our realm and they want to manifest in the physical. Even if you can't see
Yeah.
them, they'll try to do that crap. You hit them with some of that salt spray, and it's a reality check. They did not anticipate.
Mm.
Because they don't expect anything to affect them. They're used to doing whatever they want, completely
Yeah.
unchallenged. And guess what? Don't even try that crap around me, man. I will put you in a box and lock you away for a millennium. Okay?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they have mirror boxes. You can literally go down to the Home Depot or some hardware store. You know, you get those mirror tiles that are
Yeah.
mirrors, and you
Yeah.
can literally make a box out of that. You just take some, you know, some wood frame and put it all together and put the mirrors all facing themselves. Glue that stuff up. Then you literally write "Do not look in here" on the box, and
Ah. Okay.
sit it in the house because they're rebellious. Okay, they're
Yeah.
gonna look in there. As soon as they stick their face in there, they're done. They can't get
Yeah.
out because
Okay.
now they're in an isolated dimension,
Yeah.
and everywhere they look, they're not going anywhere ever unless
Mm.
someone lets them out. And it's very effective. It does work. I've watched these idiots. I learned this on a show, and they turned around and blew the box up like they're going to blow a spirit up. You know, what they did was just release the thing that it was shaking the box and everything. They had it, and then they blew the box up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we killed that thing." You can't kill something that's not dead, okay? And it's not
Yeah.
alive either. Excuse me. It's spirit. You know, you can't blow
Yeah.
a spirit up. You know, but
No.
you can trap it. Mirrors, that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Mirror
Yeah.
work. That's good, and there's some bad. You got to be careful when you're delving into stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
but
I know.
but as far as self-defense, you can make yourself up a mirror box, and I don't care how badass that spirit is. If he's dumb
Yeah.
enough to stick his head into that box, and he will be or she will be dumb enough to do it because they are
Yeah.
rebellious. And all you got to do is say, "Do not look in here." Absolutely, don't look in here. I kid you not, it
Yeah.
works. And
Yeah.
then what you want to do is take that thing and just bury it someplace where it'll never be messed with.
Yeah.
And And you don't ever have to worry about that spirit. Eventually they'll get out, maybe if the box breaks or cracks at some point.
Okay.
You know, not your concern. You know, bottom line is they shouldn't have been messing with you in the first place.
Exactly.
So, you know, they don't have a right to mess with us. We are favored in creation, okay?
Yeah.
And that's why they don't like us, because we are favored. We do have grace. We do have things that they are not access to. They don't have access to grace. You know, and that pisses them off because they always considered themselves greater and better than us. And and that's just not true. You know, it's just not true.
No.
Sorry. No. You know. We are eternal. Demonic and negative stuff are everlasting. Okay, there's a difference. And the everlasting beings been created and there will be an ending, even though it says everlasting. Well, that means you can end. Well, eternal is just that. Me and you and every human being alive are eternal beings. This pisses them off because they don't think we have that right. But we were given that right by our spiritual father and mother. That's who we are. We are the lightning. You know, I could care less about a storm. I am the lightning. Why should I worry about myself? Okay? You should be worried about it as far as a negative entity or some type of personality that's got an issue with me, and you're going to come slap me. You mess with the bull, you're going to get the horns. We just came through a season of this, of people doing it, and we dealt with them, and now they're not doing it. I don't even know if they're still alive. I don't wish death on someone, and nor would I go down that road. I don't make declarations of death. I make declarations, proclamations of life. I lose life in my life. I lose life. I forgive them. They don't owe me nothing. But guess what? The angels that are around me, the spiritual teachers and the warriors, they're not so forgiving. And when they know you've been wronged and you give them permission, you don't try to dictate to them. You just say, listen, this is happening. I want you to put up a shield. I want you to put a hedge of protection around me, and I forgive them. I release them. They owe me nothing. Well, that's good for you because you're cleansed now of the situation. But now they're going to take it and they're going to do whatever they feel like doing. And believe me, sometimes it's really not good for those people. I mean, it's tragic. It really is. So, you know, and but I'm not trying to complicate this. Just take some steps to protect yourself. If you're having phobias or fears, doing the breathing technique that I told you about earlier and resetting your parasympathetic nervous system will help you with that. And it'll also take care of negative energies. They won't be able to latch on to you. When you're in a state of rest and relaxation, Kat, they cannot touch you.
Okay.
See, but if they can get you in a state of anxiety and fear, then the door just comes wide open.
Yeah.
Fear lets them in. As soon as they can startle you, terrorize you, then yeah, they're going to try to latch on and stay. But if you just do your breathing technique, take a salt bath, visualize, use your imagination. Our imagination is a powerful tool. It's a powerful weapon. It can be used for us and it can be used against us. These things are using our own power against us and taking credit. See what I did? You didn't do shit, Jack. All you did was manipulate my imagination, so I manifested what you wanted. You didn't do nothing. I did it all. You know, so if you're bad going on in your life, then take back control of that, you know, and do some breathing work, do some prayer work, forgiveness, find out where that bit of that root of bitterness is. You got to get rid of any roots of bitterness. Those are poison. And they're not hurting the person they're mad at. They're only hurting you. And so release yourself. Get rid of them. They don't, you know, don't expect anything in return. Don't say, I forgive them, but I still want everything to God. I'm going to sue them. You know, for true forgiveness is a complete release of all expectations that person owes you anything, even a smile or an apology or a nice letter. Forget it. You're not going to get it. If you do get it, right on. That's not the norm. But that's not the condition of forgiveness. The law of this universe, as far as forgiveness goes, is you have to give it, period. And that's hard, man, because some people really hurt us. You know, some people will wound you to the core. They'll abuse you, or maybe you've been raped, or or tortured or some just really horrific crap. Well, guess what? You have to release those people that did this to you and let them go. And then, but that puts you in a position of asking for everything that's yours to be returned to you and everything that's theirs to be given back to them. Okay? And then in that exchange, there's a law in the Bible that talks about the sevenfold law. And a lot of times, if you can truly get to a place of forgiveness, it'll turn a key where you will not only get what you, as long as you got to make that declaration, it's got to come out of your mouth. You have to articulate it, right? You have to say, I expect everything that's mine. I release them. I forgive them. They owe me nothing. I completely release them. But I expect everything that's mine to be given back to me, and everything that's theirs to be returned to them in peace and in love. And a lot of times the angels will take that because of justice, because there is justice. You don't see it very often, but it does exist, and it is a spiritual principle. And they will return to you not just what you had stolen from you, but 7 times that, okay? But to get to that sevenfold return, that blessing for healing and everything, you have to forgive, you know. You have to. And I can understand. Listen, I have relatives, you know, my mom was raped as a young girl. My oldest sister is from that event. Well, I'm not supposed to love my sister because she came from a rape, you know. I mean, she's a beautiful person. And her daughters, who are my nieces, and their children. You know, and that beautiful family all came from a horrible, horrific event in my mom's life. You know, but she was able to forgive. She forgave that person. She's seen the beauty in you know, the horror that happened to her. There was still something beautiful that came out of that. And she was only able to realize this once she forgave. You know, once she forgave. And that was done. She was able to get on with her life and enjoy her life, you know.
Forgiveness is important.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people, there's brutal things. I don't get that. I don't like that. That's part of those life that makes me mad, you know, because bad things happen to good people, you know. But it's the deal. Bad things just happen to everybody, you know. But good things do too. And there are people. There is such a thing as luck, you know, good luck. And bad, you know, these things exist. One would have to be totally blind to say they don't. When one person can go and buy a lottery ticket and pick random numbers, and all of a sudden they win a lottery, you know, that's good luck. You know, you just got blessed. It's a blessing that just opened. But guess what? If you didn't buy a lottery ticket, you know, it'd be really something if someone came up to you and said, I just won the lottery and I'm going to give it all to you. You bought that ticket at that point, right? That's kind of like for a reading. You understand, Kat? When people pay for a reading, you're sowing energy into your healing, into your guidance, into your life. You're investing in your life. Everybody wants something for free. I love getting free readings. But guess what? I also know they're just not as powerful, you know. There's no energy exchange. You're getting blessed because you're receiving the energy, and I'm blessed because I love helping people. But you know, it's been one way. I gave to you, and you took it. You know, and you should take it. You should receive it. If I'm saying something right now that has been a blessing to you and stuff, then take that and use it. Don't let that seed fall on hard ground. Right? Let your heart be soft. Let your heart be soft, like soft ground, right? And let those good seeds in there, and we'll take the time throughout the day or your week, and say, did something get in myself that is bringing me down? Am I upset about something? And oh yeah, that person was really rude to me. I forgot all about that. You know, I should probably forgive them. Because, you know, it's really affecting my energy, you know, and I've got a real low vibration thing here going on. And you get the thought, you'll know what it is. And if you say you don't, it's because you don't want to look at it, you know. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff that happens in our life I don't want to look at, you know. But once you look at it, it will be healed. Once you look at it, it will be healed. Once you
Ah,
look at it, it
yeah,
will be healed.
yeah,
But you have to pull the Band-Aid off, and you have to do that.
yeah,
So that's what I'm here to do as a wellness practitioner.
yeah,
And a hypnotherapist is just tools, many tools. I have modalities. That's another word for tools or abilities and gifts.
yeah,
Some I learn, some I use out of method, right? Because there's a method. Magic has methods. You have, prayer is a method. Okay, there's nothing wrong with methods, but ultimately, it's expressing that faith, that
mm,
want, that desire that you have to be whole again, right? If you
yeah,
want to be whole again, Kat can help you with that. I can help you with that. Other
yeah,
practitioners can help you with that, but they can't help you if you don't ask, and it will help the process if you
mm,
pay for it. It will help. It will be deeper. It will be more profound. That is counted like a sacrifice. You never went to a holy man or a shaman, and you don't today, not if you're smart, empty-handed. You don't go to their home empty-handed. You bring a meal, you chop some wood, you paint their house, whatever the person needs, you have some type of energetic exchange. And
mm,
that is understood as a universal law. A lot of people get upset. Why are you charging? When I came out of Christian ministry, I had to wrestle with this. But guess what? It's seeds you are sowing. If all you got is money, then use it. If you don't have money, then use what you got. Use a little bit. I'll give someone a reading. If they give me $5, you're going to get more than $5. But guess what you did is when you turn the faucet, that spigot, on. When you
yeah,
all that you had. It talks about the widow in the Bible. Jesus
mm,
talks about watching this lady, this elderly lady. I presume she's elderly, and she only had a very little bit. He pointed her out to the disciples, and he said, she just gave more than anybody else here has given. And all she put in there was it was a percent of a penny. It wasn't even a penny. It
yeah,
was a percentage of a penny. But guess what? That was all she had.
yeah,
She
ah,
all she had when she
yeah,
did it. And Jesus seen that, and he was impressed. It wasn't 100 pounds of gold. It was a half a penny. Yet
yeah,
you just impressed the Lord. And I'm not just saying you have to be Christian to do this. This is a universal concept. It is
mm,
applicable in whatever. Okay, so tipping at a restaurant. Tipping is an energetic exchange. Well, yeah, I paid for the food, God damn it. I don't have to leave a tip. That person just brought you the food. Now, you leave a tip, especially a substantial one like 15 to 20%. Guess what? They're going to bring that food with a smile next time because they're going to know you're not, you're going to respect them in the office that they're holding. They're a servant right now, and you're
yeah,
the served.
yeah,
But we're energetically saying, thank you for what you're doing. And please don't spit in my food.
mm, yeah, exactly.
But I'm serious. You have to be willing to let go of what's in your hands to receive what's in the Spirit's hands. Okay?
Yeah,
People
yeah,
are holding on. They're just, God, I don't want. I'm not so concerned with 1997. I'm concerned that you'd be willing or unwilling to bless me. If you don't want to bless me, then please don't tell me because that'll shut me off because I'm human. I have ego just like anybody else. My wife can contest to that. But I
Somebody said, oh,
also
sorry.
know to be
No,
humble too, right? I know to
yeah,
be humble. I know to catch myself. I know to tip someone. I tip the ones that are assholes, right? They were assholes serving me my food, didn't listen to me. They were short and quick. I'll
yeah,
still give them a big tip. But guess what? That's like pouring hot oil on their dumb asses. Because now they
yeah,
can't figure out why you still bless them. It just drives them nuts. Why did that person give me a good tip? I was a total asshole. I don't know. It messes them up. It does. Now, granted, you probably shouldn't do it with the intention of messing them up, because that takes energy. But you see what I'm saying,
yeah, I do.
money is just a tool. Gifts are a tool. Okay.
Mm,
Oh, going through horrible things in life is fertilizer for your future. If you live through it, honey, then guess what? You can use that to help you grow. You can put that in the soil of your life, and it will help you grow, because now you have experience to draw from. Even if it's horrible experience, you still will have something that you cannot pay for. You can't buy experience, okay? It only happens. Experience.
Yeah.
Life is thoughts, life is memories, and life is experience. And the combination of those three thereof. You are currently right now in a memory, or you're in a thought, but you're also having an experience why it's going down. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. And somebody's saying that, have you ever thought of being a reverend or other in your
I was a preacher. I was an evangelist, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, and Jesus is a master. He's one of my masters. You know what I'm saying? He is a master to me. And I love him as a brother, and I believe in that. But I also respect everybody else's beliefs. I know Jesus don't have a problem with Buddhism or whatever.
No.
He just doesn't. Jesus isn't in a bad mood. I'd like to tell you guys, not in a bad mood. God's not in a bad mood. And however your impression of God is, be female or male, or maybe you're into one of the million or so different Hindu expressions of deities. Yeah, that's your business, man. God bless you. It doesn't bother me one bit. I just want you to be whole. I want you to be healed. I want you to be whole. I can do it within your expression of faith. I can do it. If you're a Hindu, I can do it. If you're Islamic, I don't care. I try not to have my opinions about those things. I'm looking at you as a human being, a human being. All right? You're a being right now. I want to bless your being. I want you to come into the best expression of yourself that has the most joy and the most bliss that you could possibly experience. I mean, that's really my heart. And I like to play guitar, and fortunately, you guys didn't have to hear me sing at all. I do. I sound like an old black man when I'm singing, even though I'm white. But
it's put me in a sedative, but you know how you were playing guitar before? It's put me in a sedative state still. I love it. I love listening to live guitar.
Awesome. So what do you think? What time we got, Kat? Do we want to go a little longer, or what do we want to do? We already went long. My wife said it's already going long.
An hour and 15. Do you want to end? Aren't you going to do a live music?
I think I got to go fix some dinner here and stuff. But you know what? I'll log on and stuff to the network and stuff. And, if you want to read it, let me know. What's that?
Are you going to?
Tony was saying something. Oh, somebody wants me to sing a line?
Are you going to do live after this on your own?
I'll do a little Amazing Grace, okay, Kat? I'll do a little song, and then after the song, we can do our. I'll do a little Amazing Grace, since we were talking about being a reverend. What's that? That's short. Okay, my wife says short.
Sandy wants you to.
Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound to save a wretch like me. I once was blind, now I see. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Amazing Grace, so amazing too. Anyway, so I'll do it short like my wife. Hopefully you like that. You know, I was find my key, and I'm not on a PA or nothing, but I want you guys to be blessed, man. And
thank you for your show.
well, thank you for having me, Kat. I appreciate it. I know we talk a lot, and I'm highly opinionated, so.
That's all right. Thank you. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Yes, bless you guys. Love and light. Shalom.
Thank you.